Hey guys, what I've got today is I'm just going to do a little video of sharpening one of my neck knives. Yeah, you can see that okay. This thing is just a little neck knife and it's a small blade, 2 inches blade. I'm just going to reprofile it and see how it goes. So, a little bit of oil on. This redstone I'm using is a coarse 120. I'm going to use 20-degree angle. Put a bit of masking tape on there for my finger. Goes through to 20 and I just push up with my finger so it keeps the rod at the top end of the, so it keeps consistency all the time. Yeah? Now I'm just going to wear upwards, cutting up so I get all the way to the edge of the blade. Yeah. Best way is actually work this way, but as long as you start off gently, shouldn't make any difference. What you can do, you can cut going up and just drag it back. You're cutting as you're going up. As I can see on the blade here, there's quite a bit to take off, so it actually comes, it arches round a bit. It goes straight, then it comes round. So I need to do a bit more there. But this is only a box cutter I carry around my neck, so I'm not too worried. Again, I'm not really counting how many passes I do because I can see where I need to come down to. I've got another ½ millimetre to go. Until I come down to the original line, it doesn't really make any difference. What you can do sometimes as well, if you keep your finger up, stops from falling out, you just keep your finger there. And sometimes I just put a dab of oil on the blade and then I just fall onto the sharpening stone. Working it back and forward, holding at the end, not putting too much pressure. Enough pressure with this finger is enough to keep it pushed down, as you can see, because I'm pushing up with that left hand finger. All I'm doing is this hand is just pushing it back and forward. I'm not actually pushing down. Well, not much anyway. And what I've got on is I've got a pair of these glasses on, which magnify, these ones as 4 times magnification. And what that allows me to do is just take a little look at the blade as I'm doing it. Okay, what I'm going to do is stop the video. I'll come back when I change onto the next stone, which will be the green one, which is going to be 280. So I'll come back when I'm ready to do that one. Okay, what we've done now, we're just going to jump up to 600 grit. We've used a bit of the green one, which is 280. So now we're going to move up to 600. How you put these in, they just fit in the bottom. So you can see, I always push it through a little bit further than you need, and push the stone down with one finger, push it down, keep it pushed down, then nip it up. There's actually a little flat on there. Now we're going to look for to see whether there's any spring. What we have to do is just bend it slightly from about there. Try it both ways because the table might not be 100% straight. Also, if you can use the edge of something. Let's bend from about there. That's better. So, bit of oil. This is 600 grit. A few dabs. Or if you want to, you can put a little bit on the blade and it seeps down slowly. 20 degrees, finger underneath. And then we're just going to work our way down. Success for the bear, because I've got no nails. Using a blunt scalpel, you can actually feel it there. It's fine. Turn it over. So again, wipe the stone. Couple of dots. Wipe that off. You can actually see the metal coming off. I'm not putting a great deal of pressure down, just a little bit. As you get to this end, it's a little bit uneven. There we go. Yeah, it's fine. Supposed to count how many passes you do, but you can see by looking at the edge of the blade. It's got two profiles on this. It's got the 20 degree, which I'm doing now, and it's got the 25 above it, so don't need to go all the way down. Let's flip it back over. At the video, and I'm going to switch over to the last one, which is going to be, this one's 1000 grit white stone. Yeah. Okay, but the final stone, make sure you remember which one you're in, so easy to forget. 120, finger underneath, push up with my left finger, and again I'm just letting the stone do the work. First time I've used this Lanky knife sharpening kit. I'm quite impressed with it so far. I've sharpened 2 or 3 knives. I've got them close to being able to do the phone book test, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you've got to go back a stage and just make sure you get that profile right. Key is not to push too hard. If you push too hard, you're going to bend something. You're going to bend the bracket, or you're going to bend, it's only aluminium rod, or you're going to make the knife move inside the. So the best thing to do is take your time, let the weight do the work, and just be consistent. Again, it's just really polishing. With this blade, you're just really polishing and just find a hole in the steel. I don't put as much oil on with this one because you're not taking out anything off. So you can see. That's fine, you can't, it just feels like glass. Give it a blade of wipe, have a little check. this is where you see anything what's wrong. Can't find that. There's no bear there because I haven't gone down far enough, but also I'm not pushing hard enough. So I don't want a bear really, it's going to be able to polish it off. Last thing I want to do is make the angle different. So I'm trying to keep the pressure. If I push down, up and down all the time, you're going to change that angle somewhere. Oh shit. Just ran off the edge there. So when I went too far back, ran off the edge. Luckily the guide rod hits, as long as you don't go back, you come back and forward. What I'm going to do later on, which I've been meaning to do, is put some colour around here, like I don't know, a black marker. Just your brain actually looks, when you're doing it, you look at this edge. It's easy to get wrong. If you put a line there, you can focus on that line as you going too far forward. Not a problem because it hits the wing nut or the locking nut there. It doesn't actually run off the edge, so that's quite cool. So if you bump it, it's not a problem. It's when you come off and then go forward, and that part of the stone is going to ruin the edge. Again, I haven't got a leather strop. I thought I could do without one. You can do without one, you don't need one. But I think I'll buy you one, just because I was going to just make one out of a leather belt. But if you can buy one of these already done, it's probably make your life a bit easier. One thing to note, if you do use the leather one, don't go that way. Only strokes, you're going to come back with the leather strap that way. Where the stones, you do all your cutting upwards, and usually from the back to the front. And all you're doing is polishing all the fine imperfections out. And I've got a microscope there, a USB microscope, and I might see if I can see any imperfections, which you will see. Okay, starting to look good now. Be careful at this stage because it's literally like a razor blade. It's only at 20. I sharpened a knife yesterday at 17, and it was a razor blade, basically. That's looking pretty good. Because you're not putting so much pressure on it, it's uniform all the way along. It's actually 3 edges there now. There's the back edge, then a smaller one, because I didn't re-profile it all the way from original, and then the cutting edge, which is about just over 1 millimetre. Like that. All I'm doing is I want it to look like a polished edge. Take all the imperfections out. I'm just letting the stone rub across, take away any grooves. Now I can actually feel something as I move back and forward. I can actually feel as if it's like hitting something, like a bit of grit. What you find is there's a couple of these rods with nicks in. There, I can feel one there. There's one there. So when you go back and forward, it feels like, because it's only aluminium, feels like it's the blade or grit underneath, and it's not. It's the rods. I think on one of the red one I've just took out, that was really bad, so you have to polish that out. Just with a bit of memory. Again, this takes a long time, but I'm going to stop the video and I'll come back after it's polished. Hey guys, okay, that's a knife I've just been sharpening. Just finish it off with 1000 grit and give it a little bit of rub on there on a towel just to clean it up, and seems to be cutting okay, too bad. This is that very thin paper, a catalogue. again. So got a rip in that one. That's good enough for a little. As you can see, the blades, it's got a reflection in it. Could still do with a bit more work, but if I had a leather strop, I think this thing would be pretty good. Just catching it right. There's a little bit there which needs some work on, but it's yeah, it works. Just catching it right. Or getting the tip so it doesn't kink over. So it's not working now for some reason. It was really sharp then. I'm just wondering whether it's strange. Yeah, I think if I had a leather strop, give it a little bit more work. I might need to change the angle a bit. This is only cheap steel. Again, I don't know what's made in China. I don't know. But literally, it's like, it feels like a razor blade, and you could probably share with it. Yeah, it's there's coming off. So anyway, guys, hope you found this useful. I'm still getting used to this Lanky setup. I'm going to sharpen this knife next, and I've got a few other ones. Thanks for watching. If you found it useful, like or subscribe. I'll leave any comment at the bottom. Thanks, guys.